Hey guys, Thunderset here, bringing you a new deck, or it's not really a new deck, but it's an optimized version of Shiranui that was running around the KC Cup. It's probably done very well. It's post-ban list with Spectral Sword. We're not using any Spirit Breaker. I always assumed Spirit Breaker would be put on the ban list regardless, maybe limited to one. But they didn't, so he's still not being played regardless. People are foregoing him, they're just sticking to the real good combos, and that's Spectral Sword's Graveyard ability, which can bring out all sorts of Synchro monsters. So, they just want these very few Spectral Swords. Of course, Squire is money, that's just a Synchro in one card, and they're using Ballista Squad to throw this boy into the graveyard, or these boys, you know, to destroy a card during your opponent's turn. It's also very strong. We're also sneaking in just crazy amount of text. That's why this deck is so popular, is because you can just throw in an insane amount of text regardless of what you want. And that's what we've done. So we have 2 Floodgates, Fiendish Chain, 2 Sphere Karibo, Lancia, and now we have Cosmic Cyclones, but those aren't really text because we're using No Mortal Can Resist, which just nukes the opponent's graveyard and changes them all to little zombies, which hurts decks nowadays in Duel Links because the graveyard is very, very important compared to what it was even just a year ago. So it's a very, very strong skill still, and it's repeatable. It's like every turn as long as you're 1,000 less than your opponent, guys. So it has a lot of graveyard synchro plays. You're mostly getting your Shogun Saga and trying to OTK while stalling. So you have a lot of text. If you don't start with one of these, you're just starting with a lot of text, and you'll likely survive. But it's a little tough. We've also snuck in a Lancia just to troll certain decks that you really want to have a good matchup against, so it works out pretty well. But I didn't use this deck in the KC Cup, but it's a very strong deck, and you'll definitely have seen it, and it probably performed very well. So I want to show you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching. Okay, here's Paradox Brothers. We're going first. This deck has plenty of first turn plays with all these decks. Opponent's using 30 cards. We're starting with 2 Cosmic Cyclones. Squire Saga is an immediate combo starter, like we say. Let me get this top-down view for the replays. There we go. So we go into an immediate level 6 Synchro. Samurai Saga, very, very standard play, and we have 2 Cosmic Cyclones to fall back on. So here our opponent is actually Light Sworn, and Blue Eyes, it would look like he dumped that Stone of Ancient. Here he's going to hit us with a bunch of milling and a Fortune Lady every. So it's second turn, so he's coming at us attack position. Now he's going to bring out a Dragon, Spirit of White. We're going to Cosmic Cyclone our own Cosmic Cyclone. This way we're 1,000. We're going to be able to change his back row into zombies, which works out for us. Now we can use Spectral Sword. So that way, any Kite Roids, any Bacon Sabers, all the madness he milled into his graveyard is now gone. Samurai Saga, when he's banished, we get to lower a monster by 500. What No Mortal Resist also does for this is now Fortune Lady Every is not going to be able to come back because she has to banish a spellcaster from the graveyard, but there are no spellcasters in the graveyard anymore. It's just Skull Servants, thanks to No Mortal Can Resist. Here he's going to chain a Blue Eyes, doesn't really change anything. We still get the Fortune Lady Every, and now she cannot come back because there's no spellcaster to banish. So we just have to worry about these Blue Eyes monsters. He mills a little more. He mills a Keeper of the Shrine and another Stone of Ancients. So with his suiciding of that Blue Eyes, he gets the Keeper of the Shrine. We get to return our Squire Saga to the graveyard because our Samurai Shogun, or whatever his name was, got destroyed. Here we take damage from a raid, and we're down to 1,000. No mortal can resist. Here we use our Spectral Sword from the graveyard to bring out a Shiranui Sun Saga, guys. He gets to destroy 2 monsters by returning monsters to the extra deck, and then we swing for perfect lethal over raiding. Great stuff, guys. Okay, here's a Yami Yugi. We're going first. Should be fine. He's repping Dark Magician and the Millennium Ring, super tough. Here we have a Spectral Sword and Ballista Squad, as well as a Sphere Boy and a Lancia. It's a pretty good first turn play. We are facing a Dark Magician. He searches Dark Magical Circle. We're not going to mess around. We're going to hit that Dark Magical Circle with the Ballista Squad, chain it to the effect, so he does not get the search. He cannot play another. Has to just pass his turn and hit us for 1600. We don't even let him know we have a Spear Boy. So now we get a Solitaire. Solitaire's going to throw himself in the graveyard, bring out a Tuner. That's going to allow us to use our Tuner in the graveyard's effect, bring out a 6. 6 is going to turn into 8. We even get to special summon another Tuner, so we could have gone into 10, thanks to Samurai Saga, or Solitaire I should say. But we're going for the OTK. We lower his attack with the Samurai Saga, which was needed for the lethal, and swing over him with massive attack, guys. Great stuff. Okay, here's Jaden Yubel. We're going second. Using an Ankh as his sleeve. We got a Squire Saga, we have a Solitaire, Floodgate, all that good stuff. Our opponent sets 2. Really would have liked to top deck a Cosmic Cyclone for that Scolding, but we do not get to. So he stops our Squire, we set our Floodgate and our Ballista Squad, even though Ballista Squad's not live. Our opponent uses Ultimate Fusion, which puts Super Fusion onto the top of his deck. So one of those cards are Super Fusion with a fusion substitute out there, so he'll probably have options. There it is, Super Polymerization. He steals our Solitaire just to make a million Ice Restrict though, so that's not too bad. We're even gonna Floodgate him, so we're still pretty chill. Here our opponent normal summons another Dark Sealed Hex Fusion, which allows him to use his effect and bring out another million Ice Restrict. I mean, what is million Ice Restrict gonna do? All we gotta do is normal summon the Solitaire and swing right over him. So you gotta really know how to use that monster. He's in support of something else, not really locking anything down by himself. So now we get to use our Solitaire, bring out our Spectral Sword, tribute him for a Lancia. I switched out a Lancia for a Cosmic Cyclone, so I'm not running 2 Lancia anymore. I'm running 3 Cosmic Cyclone instead of 2, which, you know, it's just Cosmic Cyclone's better against Dark Magician, Lancia's better against things like Cyber Dragons. It's just, what are you fighting lately? So here we're gonna banish, bring out our Archfiend Zombie. Solitaire's gonna let us special summon our Spectral Sword again. That gives us the Shogun Saga. Banish the boy we used, the Archfiend. That's way over lethal, even with his Neos Fusion protection. Great stuff, guys. Okay, facing a Jaden here, going first. He's using a Fortune Fairy Sleeve and those Charmer monsters as his map, very funny. So we're using Fiendish Chain. We set Fiendish Chain, we're going to normal summon Squire, special summon Spectral Sword, go for a Samurai Saga with the face down. That's pretty much your bread and butter play. We also have a Lancia, so we're going to use the Lancia against our boy because he's Metafist, so he can't do anything. This was the deck giveaway, obviously, when a card's banished against 500. So here we're going to banish 2 cards, which lets him gain 1,000 life points, but we still have lethal, even past Grit, guys. He has Grit, so we hit him for lethal, then we hit him past Grit. All thanks to Lancia completely shuts down the Metafist deck and just hit him for lethal past Grit over 5k. Crazy stuff. So this deck's obviously super consistent, super streamlined, and it being streamlined means you can run all those Cosmic Cyclones, you can run all those Ballista Squads, you can run all those Sphere Kribos, which are just devastating cards that can turn duels around all on their own. So it's a pretty good deck. I super imagine No Mortal Can Resist is going to get nerfed. Probably a few times per duel or something like that. Not every turn you're losing it. It's pretty crazy, but yeah, I expect it to be touched a little at least somehow. Poor Shizu. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.